Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. My name is Sensei and you are joining me for the morning forecast show. Today's show is going to be another special broadcast bringing to you the data, the jobs data coming out today. Oh, let me just turn that off. I apologize for that, but yes. We've got possibly an emergency rate cut. That's not a good thing, so don't get excited when you hear people talk about emergency rate cuts. The jobs data is live in 44 minutes. Can this be the trigger that sends us to an altcoin season? I hope so. That's what we're going to be looking for. Could there be a 50 basis point rate cut? There certainly can be with the data coming out in 43 minutes. We're going to be covering it all live on the show. Even if this is a past live stream and you're watching as a video, this will still be important because the build up to it is when we're going to be analyzing all the data. So some people say, why do you cover the data? It's boring. It doesn't get views. Why do you look into the deep dive? Why do you deep dive into data points? Well, essentially, it's because it's very important to start understanding this. If you're market participants, and I'll come onto the newsletter now, you need to watch how markets react to payroll and wages, not just the headlines that you see after. Why is it? Why should you not? Sorry, I'm just seeing a message coming through from Martyn. Yeah, Martyn is not doing a live stream today. He is taking. I see it's pinned in the chat as well. He is taking Leah to the hospital. So our thoughts and prayers are with Martyn and Leah. He says, please keep Leah in your thoughts. Lots of lives from Sensei and Vaz preparing for my holiday coming up. Let me know how they do. Yes, let Martyn know how we do. Vaz has a lot of shows coming out later as well. So yes, our thoughts are with Leah and we hope everything's going to be okay. So back to the data. Watch how markets react to payrolls and wages, not just the headlines you see on X or anywhere else. Learning how asset classes behave in response to macro data is one of the cleanest ways to sharpen your strategy, whether you're trading or just trying to better time long-term buys. These data points, they come out all the time. It's now time to really understand what they mean. And not only is it important all the time, but especially in the scenario we're at right now, where inflation is a bit sticky. Jobs data is not where we want it to be. There's going to be rate cuts coming up and potentially rate hikes if inflation gets out of control and the job market's under control. So right now it's a very, very important time to be constantly looking at this data. And today's data point, if you go, I'm sure you can see it over here, it's very high impact data points, the average hourly earnings and the non-farm payrolls. This could be a very volatile day ahead of us. So let me go into everything we need to know. There could even be emergency rate cuts, but that's not something we should look forward to. Okay, so the one, let's go through the newsletter. Remember, this newsletter is one that comes out every morning for everyone who's subscribed. First link in the description. I'll give you the link in the live chat if you haven't got it already. There it is. That gives you a 1 week free trial, so give it a go. And there's also a free plan and a monthly plan. So the top stories today at a glance. Remember, just getting the free newsletter just for this is amazing. You get all the top stories at a glance. We've got Trump securing $1.4 trillion in US tech investments. We've got semiconductor tariffs incoming, exceptions for US investors. We've got Tether bets big on gold after 5.7 billion profit surge. We've got Aptera. This is something Vaz was talking about. Files for Nasdaq direct listing despite no revenue. Ethereum whales fuel 200% rally as Treasury piles in. And we've also got the main story of the day, which is Labour data could make or break September rate cut odds. Wage growth sets the inflation tone. Job creation seals the path. Today's combo could shake markets hard. And that's all coming up in 40 minutes time. Okay, so let me go into the one big thing. So 3.7%, that's the consensus year-on-year wage growth expected in today's jobs report. It's one number that could tilt the entire market's view on inflation, rate cuts, and risk appetite before lunchtime. That's there in the US. It's actually Will it be before lunchtime in the UK? Maybe, depending on when you have your lunch. Anyway, money move of the day. Watch how markets react to payroll and wages, not just the headlines. Learning how asset class behave in response to macro data is one of the cleanest ways to sharpen your strategy, whether you're trading or just trying to better time your long-term buys. That's why I'm making this clear. It's because some people say, well, this is boring. Why do we want to know about data? Why do we need to know the ins and outs of it? It's because it will make you a better trader. It will make you a better long-term investor. It will make you understand what's going on behind the scenes, the stuff that the Fed looks at, so you can get a better idea of why the market's reacting and how to get ahead of the market. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip forward towards that story, the data story, which is wages set the tone, jobs seal the deal, how today's labor data could reshape rate expectations. Let me go to your comments and then we'll come on to deep dive. Please do make sure you are hitting the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and yes, please. We don't have that many likes, actually. Let me go and check. This is unusual. We've only got 20 likes. Let me refresh that. We should have many more than 20. 61, 350 people watching. We should have at least 200 likes. What's going on? Please do hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Everyone's being lazy this morning. Congratulations, Martyn, on reaching 5 days of fasting. Hope it went fast. Yes, Martyn broke his fast today, I think. So congratulations to Martyn. He did it. He said he would do it, and he did it. Let me just see if I've missed any other comments from Martyn. No, I haven't. Most of you have $100 of crypto waiting for you when you complete your Gemini applications. I see 50 in progress. Yes, make sure you complete the application. I would love to sign up for that card. It would be the best card in the UK, but here in the UK we cannot sign up for anything like that because the regulations are as strict as they can be. There can be Baker Hughes. There could certainly be emergency rate cuts after we get this data. I'll come on to that. I'll explain that to you in a second, Baker Hughes. Morning all, happy Friday. Good luck to Leah Martyn today. Hope it all goes well. Yes, praise to Leah. Where emergency rate cut? That's why I've put in a question mark. If you look at the title, there's a clear question mark. Emergency rate cut, question mark. And then I say jobs data live. So we're waiting for the jobs data that can either trigger a altcoin season. It can either trigger emergency rate cuts, which will crash the market. So I'm going to come into all those possibilities in a second. So yeah, I've not said there's an emergency rate cut. It's not in the thumbnail. I've put emergency rate cut, question mark. Good morning, hi from Canada. Been watching you guys for a couple months now. Love your energy and love watching your shows. Liz Watkins, thank you very much. That's a very nice comment, Liz Watkins. Where are you from? Canada. Lovely. Do consider becoming a member. Here's the membership link, and then you get a little badge, and we always respond to your comments, and you're part of the family that way. Good morning. Always great to start my day with great information. Thank you as always. No worries, Jam. Thank you for tuning in. There's a link for the Gemini. Thank you, Martyn. And you earn it's basically free money. Just please do make sure once you get a credit card, you pay it off monthly. Otherwise, there's no point getting free money if you can't do that. So do pay off your credit card before it starts charging you interest. I thought Martyn was not promoting Gemini. What changed? I had a conversation with Martyn and I said this is actually an amazing card. Martyn's very, very loyal to Robinhood. Behind the scenes, I was saying this is an amazing card. I think it's just giving people the choice, Jenny B. I don't think this is going to be Martyn's daily card. I think he's got the card himself. He likes the card. He's got the card. Essentially, if you're getting free money, I don't think anyone can turn down free money. So even for Martyn signing up the card, he gets free money. And if he can get free money and give you guys free money, then he's going to give you free money. So even if you don't like the card, you can just get free money and not use the card, essentially. But yeah, I think it's just, don't think there's any real change. It's just, there's free money. Would emergency rate cuts hurt us? Yes, they would hurt us. Certainly would. Stephen, no, I don't think they gave him an offer. Anyone can do it. You can go and refer your friend after you use a referral. I mean, you might as well use a referral so you get the free money, and then you can go and refer someone else. Good morning, everyone. What changed was the understanding of the perks for us all to get the card. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you guys can win, he's gonna suggest something that you guys can win. If it was just Martyn making money because he's promoting a card, he wouldn't do it. But if he can give you a link where you guys get free XRP, and we've got a large XRP audience, then he will give you a link. If it's just to benefit him and they're going to sponsor him to promote something, and you guys don't get anything out of it, then he wouldn't do it. But because you're winning, there it is. I've been quite enjoying the show recently. By the way, is this live financial advice? Definitely not live financial advice. Never financial advice here. Yestin is here. Yestin F Win. That's a new username, isn't it? God bless Lucas and family. I missed you all. Jerry and Albert, we miss you too. Thanks for being on the show. Fed won't do an emergency rate cut. Very rare they do that. We are in pandemic scenario. Yes, it's very rare. If they do, the markets will crash, but it is possible. Good morning. Great show. Come on, people, hit the like icon. Yes, we're going to come into all the news, getting ready for that data coming out in half an hour. We don't do bad clickbait. What makes me laugh is those that think it's bad. It's still funny they click. Yes. Don't put emergency rate cut in the thumb, bro. Not cool. Full click. It's not in the thumbnail. Have you looked at my thumbnail? SPH? I have no idea what you're talking about. It's not in my thumbnail. Please ask why you look into data. That is crazy. Why are they watching on an investor channel? Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I mean, it's the same people that are saying don't put it in your... Why are we looking at data? Well, because it's probably the most important thing to look at. I mean, it's crazy. We will do what's right for our audience. Let me explain the change in Gemini. Martyn gets money recommending the car I'm referring, so why not doing? Yeah, but it's not even just that. It's not because Martyn makes money. It's because you guys can make money. If it was just Martyn making money, that's why we've declined thousands of sponsors, because it's just not right, because it's not enough benefits to the members and the viewers. Martyn is not sponsored by them. He's not getting money from Gemini to just promote them. He's doing it just like any other person. If there was no benefit to you guys, he wouldn't be doing it. A lot of influencers just get paid 50,000, 30,000, 100,000, 150,000 just to speak about it. And not give any perks to the people signing up. May God be with Leah. Good luck at the hospital. The reason why I suggested it was because of the $200 you can get by spending in the next 90 days. Yes, that is a big perk. Prayers for Leah. I'm not kidding. Where are you originally from? Michael Durry. I'm here from the UK. Yestin says, indeed, yes, new username. I love it, Yestin. We're going to come on, let me just get through the comments, and we're going to come on to the jobs data, getting ready for it. Indeed, sick rally. This made the card better than first seen. Yes, when Martyn saw the benefit for you guys in the 90 days.
Jerry and Elba donated $10 through a super chat. Great show, Sensei, always bringing the Lucasade family the best.
Thank you so much, Jerry and Elba. Thank you so much for the super chat. We really appreciate you guys being here, a big members of the channel. The card was better than first. Yes, nothing's changed. I don't know why everyone's saying stuff. Nothing's changed. Go watch the original video. The Robinhood card essentially seems better. All the reasons Martyn gave were better. However, what's changed is the fact that you can get free money within the next 90 days. So if you guys are winning, Martyn's not sponsored by them, not taking any sponsorship. He's just telling you about what you can get in the next 90 days. And yes, he'll benefit from it as well. But if there was no benefit to you guys, he wouldn't be promoting it. At that time, there was no real benefit. Things have changed. Busted my hand, so no work today, which means I won't be listening today, but watching as well. Make the most out of a bad day. Oh, Kyle, wrestling, I hope you get better soon. Busted my hand, so no work today. Oh, right, you'll be watching and listening today. Oh, well, that's good, but I'm very sorry about your hand. I hope you've got the medical attention you require. Best wishes to Leah and well done on the fasting journey. Yes, it was a big achievement for Martyn. Of course, it's live financial advice. Why else would they stream? Come on, they only say that. It's not. I would never ever give financial. It's not even to get sued. I don't want to give financial advice. You can't give financial advice. I have no idea what your situations are. Do not take anything. It's not just something I'm saying for legal reasons. I'm saying it because I mean it. Troll alert. Yep. I bought it to you as well. It was a good deal. Now I know more. I'm ready with the gold orders. Says yes. Then he's ready with gold. I bought it to you as it was a good deal. Now I know more. I am ready with gold orders. Was Gemini the 30k sponsor deal? I have no idea what. I don't. It's Martyn's channel. I don't know what the sponsor deals are. I don't think it was, but I don't know. I don't have any idea what emails Martyn gets. I know he gets hundreds a day. Gonna be drama today for some reason again. Love the show, Sensei. I appreciate that you do this every morning, especially on important data like this. Yes, we'll come on to data very, very shortly, so do stay with me. I'm just going to go through all the comments and clear some stuff up. So far, I've not got any referrals at all, not one penny. Hi, Martyn. I said last night, but I will say again, good luck to Leah today. Yes, I absolutely agree. The data is very important. People that think it's not must do their research. Exactly. That's why we do what's best for the viewers. We could do another video which is more exciting, more fun, but we decide to do the ones that are actually important. Great show, Sensei. Yeah, thank you so much, Jerry and Elba. Hard to believe. Also, I value my YouTube tick. Yes. Yeah, if there's anything shady going on here, we'll be off YouTube and Martyn wouldn't have his tick. They had to do many checks for Martyn to get that tick. You can see next to his name now. Hard to believe he would take the sponsor or just speak about them for the chance 50 or a measly 200. Yeah, we don't. It's not about the money. But you'll get commission, Martyn, right? I hope so. Yes, he will. Yes, of course he will. Decades ago, SNL did a skit. What if Eleanor Roosevelt could fly? Would the aliens have utilized her as a weapon in World War II? Emergency rate cut ? Did the same thing. Okay, I don't quite understand. My prayers for Leah. Thank you, Jerry and Elba. Good luck. I hope I make money. That's the whole point. I'm here to be here. We're just a community. It's not, you don't join here to make money, really. You join here to share your investment journey, to have a family. Investing can be a very lonely thing, and this community brings it all together, so we all go through the ups and downs together. Not necessarily for us to be here and saying this is amazing investments. It's to share our journey and for you guys to communicate in the chat. It's not here to be a advice channel at all. This was given to me as we were recognised as genuine, authentic, and official by YouTube. Yes, exactly. This is Elba. Oh, this is Elba. Elba's in the chat. Let's give her. Elba is in the chat. Elba, it's lovely to have you here. See the tick on my name? Yes. Credit gets hard hit. Spend 3k to get $200 and hope you pay off the 3 kick is all. Cool plan, but hate to sound lazy. Bit more to it. But hate to sound. Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, we're not saying it's not. So yeah, essentially, yes, it's just like other card bonuses. If you're gonna spend 3,000, and you probably most of you will on the build up to Christmas, make sure you pay it off. You've got 3 months to do it, and you get 200 in XRP, I think it is. Anyway, you can look at the terms and conditions, but yes, I'll just recommend you always just pay it off. And if you're not gonna spend 3,000 or 2,800 in 3 months, then don't do it. It's your choice. No one's forcing anyone to do anything. I take this seriously. Oh, I've just lost the screen. Why have I just lost my screen? This is very weird. Oh, we're back. Sorry, I lost my screen. I think we're all good. Why was Martyn for months saying he doesn't own any XRP and wouldn't buy it, so he remains unbiased, but then he buys it after it did a 5 to 6x? Seems like a silly thing to do. Thank you for your opinions, Lone Wolf. It's certainly not a silly thing to do. essentially it was for the 100,000 giveaway, and the XRP is for giveaways. So he's not really holding it. Good luck to all. Game season day. Thank you very much. Thank you, David Hensley, for the link. Most channels do not have this. Success to all. Also, I just prayed for Leah. The powers of prayers are so real. Thank you, Liz Walkins. Yes, if everyone can take a chance to pray for Leah or keep her in your thoughts. I feel the weight of responsibility. I always do what's right for you, the Lucasades. Exactly. If it's not financial advice, it's bringing the latest news updates. What do you do with the information is up to you. Exactly. Thank you for clarifying that. I'll be listening to the music channel tonight with Jerry. Oh, beautiful. Good morning, Sensen. Good morning to Martyn. I saw your tweet this morning. Hope all is well. Saying Gemini's promotion code is saying the Gemini promotion code is expired or invalid. I'm sure Martyn will respond to that. I don't think it is. I mean, 50 people have at least started the process, so I don't know if it maybe try again or maybe it's changed. Big story today if MSTR gets into S&P 500 later after trading. Thank you, George, for bringing that to us. If I get referrals, I'm buying XRP with it. Oh, look at that. Do you think trading meme coins on platforms like Pump Fam is degeneracy? Yes, I do. It's just gambling. It's fun. Do it if you like. Don't do it if you don't want to lose money. I'm here to support you always and your interests. No Gemini card here in the UK. I know it's awful, isn't it? I would sign up in a heartbeat. Thoughts on the possible short squeeze this weekend in the crypto market? Bitcoin testing a squeeze above 112,000, says Mando. Thank you, Mando, for that. Brian says UK has too many crypto regulations. It's ridiculous, isn't it, Brian? The regulations just get worse and worse. I mean, at one point they said they want to be the crypto capital of the world, and since that happened, no ETFs. If you want to invest in crypto, you have to do a 5-minute exam on investing. You can't refer anyone to just crypto exchanges. You used to be able to get something for referring your friends to crypto exchanges. That's gone away. You can't have access to these Gemini cards. There's no ETPs. You can't put into your pension. You can't. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Too many regulations. I'm all for keeping people safe, but for stopping people doing what they want with their money while openly promoting gambling on TV adverts, I think is ridiculous. Martyn, I hope everything's well with Leah. Take care. Martyn, at what price are you buying SP again? We need a crypto ISA. Yeah. It's a crypto ISA, yes we do. I received my dividend from MTDR today. I'm on vacation. Oh, amazing. Stephen Lewandowski's on vacation. We love it. Brian says, UK government against UK retailers owning and benefiting from crypto. Yes. Martyn says everyone gets $100 just by setting up. Yeah, so there's just a separate one as well, just the exchange. You don't even need to get a card if you don't want to. Market Baker Hughes, but I can't go in now, too expensive. You also Martyn says you also earn money by doing a first trade. Will says, morning all, just invested in SPCE in for the long term. Hope everyone gets decent returns in the near future on this investment. SPCE, yes, that's a high risk, high reward play. It's really attractive to me at these levels. When is the emergency rate cut? If we knew that there was an emergency rate cut, the markets would have already reacted and would be too late. We're going to analyze the data coming out in 21 minutes, and then that will give us an idea if there is or isn't going to be a rate cut. Just trying to get through these comments, and then we can come on to the news of the day. Morning, or I guess I'm in a bad situation. They denied my card. Oh, Jose, I'm so sorry about that. I think you're happy. I think that's a smiling emoji, so you don't mind. Well, you tried. Yeah, sometimes they're just weird, aren't they? Certain providers and stuff like that. Yes, my XRP is for giveaways. Yes, thank you, Martyn, for clarifying. Smart Money Advisors Wealth Management Division. Loosen up. Loosen up? What are you talking about? Who are you talking to? Me? This is me. This is me if you're talking about me. Happy Friday, Will. Good luck on the investment. I'm out of MTDR, says Stephen. Lionel Rivas says, Sensei, where do we see bullish by the end of the year? By the end of the year, December, January, it could be lower than the IPO price. I mean, it's not, to me, it was never a massive, brilliant medium-term investment. It'll probably push up on the IPO. It will probably still be above IPO prices 1 month after you can sell the IPO. So that we're getting close to that now. Even if you don't care about the restrictions they may or may not put on your account, you would have been up on the IPO. I think long term, like 5 years plus, it will certainly be higher than where it is now. That's my opinion. But yeah, it's not something I see performing amazingly over the next year. When we go into a bear market, I assume the bear market will be beginning of next year, end of this year. They have a good golf course, but again, we have to look at the earnings and stuff like that. That's just a wild guess. Big day for MSTR. Apologies, I'm in the UK. That's probably why it's invalid. Thank you, Neil. MSTR to $1,000. Yes, in time, I think that'll happen. Big day MSTR, yep. For MSTR, I didn't know. I guess it's whether it gets into the S&P 500 or not. Is it volatile on the day? It's up 2% pre-market. So yes, it could be a volatile day if that news is true. You should cover it. It's the biggest story today. I didn't see it. MSTR spot. MSTR news. I mean, if you want to send in the news, I don't see it. Is it profitable enough to join the S&P 500? Yeah, I mean, once it happens, we'll cover it, or once we have a bit more news, we will. But thanks for bringing it to our attention. Martyn Leo's in our prayers. Today is the day for MSTR and the S&P 500. Oh, right, okay. Now I understand, yeah. Yeah, we might cover it later on. But, I mean, I can't make a guess. Are they going to enter it or are they not going to enter it? It's not really something to cover at the moment. UK crypto, hard place to trade. Yes, it is. I'm just going to skip through some of these comments that aren't members. Good day. Blue Bus Driver, you are patient sensei. I would have said Sodit members only time. Yeah, I'm going to reply to members now. I'm happy to own Bullish. We can't make more decisions until earnings. We will cover that. That's from Martyn. Yes, exactly. We need more information. That'll be at the next earnings. Martyn also said the decision is today for MSTR on the S&P 500. Oh, okay. Thank you, Martyn. Yeah, it'll be after hours and the market. I mean, there's not much to cover at the moment. If Sensei becomes any mere lose, we'll have to pick him up very relaxed. I don't know what you mean by that, Jerry and Alba. Thank you, says Leonard. Okay, MSTR is top. Okay, cool. Let's come on to the data now. Let's come on to the data. What is the jobs data bullish and what is bearish? Now we're coming on to hit me. Here we go. This is for you. You just asked the question and we're going to go into it anyway. So perfect timing. So first of all, everyone make sure you'd fall out of the chair. If I do what? I don't understand what's going on in the chat. Okay, first of all, everyone hit the like button. Second of all, make sure you're subscribed. Thirdly, we're going to come on to newsletter now. This is the newsletter link. If you haven't signed up to newsletter, there's a free plan. There's a free trial with that plan. And it's about 30 cents a day if you go onto the premium version. Every single day, you get the best news stories to your inbox. Today's one, we're going to go straight to the deep dive, which is based on the data coming out in 16 minutes time. So the build up is now starting. The wage and payroll numbers will shape the near-term path for interest rates and risk assets. Wage growth drives service inflation. Job creation tells you about demand and earnings resilience. Markets care about both, and they care about the combination even more than any single headline. The consensus today, so this is what the data, the main bits of data we're focusing on is the average hourly earnings and the non-farm payrolls. And the consensus, what does consensus mean? It means what the market has basically priced in, what the analysts have said is going to happen, and that's basically what the market prices in. If it's higher, if it's lower, it has different effects on the market. And these are the three big ones we're looking at. And I'll tell you the consensus. So the average hourly earnings month on month, that's a piece of data we're getting today. The consensus is what the market is expecting is about 0.3%, or 0.33%. The average hourly earnings year on year, we're also getting that figure. The consensus is 3.7%. The further away these bits of data are away from these numbers, the more the reaction we're going to get in the market, because this is sort of what the market's priced in. The more divergence we have from these numbers, the market's going to react, whether it's positively or negatively. We'll get onto that in a second. We're also going to get the non-farm payrolls. The consensus is right now 75,000 jobs. George SBI, do you need to be a member for the newsletter? Well, you don't need to be a YouTube member, but obviously you get many perks and benefits for being a YouTube member. But for I don't know what you mean by member. Do you mean member of the newsletter? Well, let me just show you what I mean. If you go onto this link, I'll explain it for you. You click on this link. That link will take you to this page here. You get a 7-day free trial on the annual plan. You get the full access to the whole post every single day. You get to comment to the post. You get to reply to posts. You get to join the community where we do threads. You get to direct message me and I'll reply to you at any time. It's 33% cheaper than subscribing monthly, and it works out to about 30 cents a day. So it's like, don't have a cup of coffee a month or something like that, and you get the 5 big stories, deep dives, the charts of the day, the economic calendar, the summary, everything, the Saturday newsletter, the community, all that sort of stuff. But you get a 7-day free trial just to test it out. There is a monthly option if you don't want to pay the one-off fee. You can do it monthly. There's a founding member. We've got a couple founding members who want to support the show more. There's also a free version as well. You can go and sign up to the free version. So there is a free version. You just get very limited access. It's still worth signing up because you get those 5 condensed stories most of the time, but you don't get any of the other benefits. So yes, that's the newsletter. If anyone else wants to join, this is the best link. Okay, so let me go back to the news because this is happening quickly now. 13 minutes time until the data. So, we love you, Sensei. Come on, people. Over 740 watching, only a third liked. Yes, what's going on? Everyone, please do hit the like button. I hope that answered your question, George. Okay, so consensus. What the market's expecting. The data we're focusing on today. Average hourly earnings, non-farm payrolls. Average hourly earnings month on month, year on year. These are the consensus numbers. Those are your center lines. If it comes below or in line or above them, that will pull the market in different directions. So let's focus on one at a time. Wages, average hourly earnings month on month. Below consensus. If it's below below consensus, remember consensus is about 0.3%. If it comes in at 0.2% or lower, remember this. If average hourly earnings month on month comes in at 0.2% or lower, that will be below consensus. And that would signify, what does that actually mean? Well, that would be clear disinflation. This will be clearly disinflationary. It signals wages pressures are easing towards a pace compatible with 2% inflation over time. That will show that we're on track for inflation to hit 2%, which is what the Fed wants. Markets typically respond with a lower short-term yields, a softer dollar, a higher long-duration equities, mega cap tax growth factor. Gold and crypto often catch a bid, and real rate pressures eat. So we're looking for average hourly earnings. And we'll be looking at several different places. Let me just filter this so we only got the US. Here we go, and we don't need any of this. We'll just go for the high impact. Here we go. So yeah, in 11 minutes time, the average hourly earnings, the consensus 0.3%. If we get it lower, much lower, 0.2% and lower, that would probably cause a pump on the market if that was by itself. Obviously, we've got different data coming out which might contradict it or might affect the market in a different way if it's more aggressive. But essentially, 0.2% or lower, market will pump. Again, nothing I say is financial advice. This is my thoughts and opinions only. Please do not buy or sell based on anything I say. If it's in line with what we expect, which is 0.35%, this matches the consensus narrative of gradual cooling without reaccelerations. Markets will look to payrolls, unemployment, and hours worked for direction. Expect choppiness rather than a trend. So if it is at consensus, then what everyone else is going to start looking at is what is the other data points, the other high impact ones or the other ones that will come out. Then those will make the decision. So if it's at consensus, you look at the other data points and you see what else is going to move the market. This one won't move the market if it's in with consensus. If it's above consensus, if it's 0.4% or higher, this will imply sticky wage inflation. It raises concerns that services prices will stay firm, limiting the central bank's room to cut. First reaction is usually higher front-end yields and firmer dollar and pressure on growth stocks. Financials can wobble as rate cut hopes fade. So that's what that will cause. If this month on month, and again, same with the year on year, but it's different figures. If it's higher 0.4, 0.5, what you're looking at there is potentially no rate cuts, potentially sticky inflation, and stuff like that. But then we have to come on to the second part of the story, which would be the jobs data. But secondly, so that was wages month on month. It's literally the same story here with wages year on year, because we're getting that data as well. So below consensus, remember consensus is about 3.7%. If we go a little bit below that, 3.5% and below, this will strengthen the case for wage inflation. That wage inflation is trending down. It supports a rate cut without signaling economic stress. Equities usually like this, especially quality growth, provided payrolls are not simultaneously signaling a slump. So you can't just take this in a vacuum. There is other things going on, and you have to sort of decide what's the bigger story. And what's the bigger news, and what's further away from the consensus. So below consensus, again, same story, it'll be good. In line, soft landing debate stays open. Markets will look at the other data coming out. If it's above consensus, and by above consensus, I mean a few basis points above the consensus, so 3.9% and higher, this reads as a sticky wage inflation. Rate cuts will be repriced later or smaller. Short maturity yields rise, equity multiples compress, particularly where valuations lean on falling discounts. So essentially that won't be good for the market or rate cuts if we do get sticky inflation, which is sort of the way you can tell if inflation is going to be sticky. Is look at different data points, and one of those data points that we're getting today is wages. Now we come on to the job side of this, the jobs data. If you are still watching live, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe as well. All of this data is coming out in 7 minutes time. So we know what we want from average hourly earnings. Now what do we want from non-farm payrolls? So below consensus, remember consensus is about 75,000. If we get way below consensus, maybe 25,000 or negative numbers, this flags demand softness. Equities often sell first on earnings and credit worries later. Even if a rate cut becomes more likely, bonds rally and the front end of the lowers in yield. If it's in line with it, between 50,000 or closer to being in line with it, this is the Goldilocks zone, where if wages are tame, cooling but not cracking, it points to lower yields and a constructive equity tone, with cyclicals holding up if revisions are not ugly. If it's well above 200,000 plus, this suggests reheating. If wages also firm, markets lean hawkish, yields up, dollar up, growth and duration sensitive stocks under pressure. If wages are soft while jobs are strong, you can still get a risk on response as well. So let me just summarize it all, because we're getting 6 minutes away from the data as well. So one thing I wanted to make clear is good for the markets doesn't always equal good for rate cuts. They're not the same thing. Good for a standard 25 basis point cut, wages at or below consensus, payrolls around 50 to 100,000, and steady unemployment rate. So if everything's around consensus, we will get our rate cut. We're expecting that anyway. Markets usually welcome this mix. It eases financial conditions without flashing recession. Good for bigger cuts, but bad for stocks first. So there could be data that comes out that will support bigger cuts, emergency rate cuts, 50 basis point cuts, but it's not good for the stock market. That data would be very weak payrolls, less than zero. For a small impact, a jump in unemployment by 0.3 percentage points or more, falling average weekly hours and soft wages. This can push policymakers towards larger or faster cuts, but equities typically drop initially because of the growth scare dominates. And the hot growth sticky wage mix, strong jobs and firm wages. This combination pushes rate cuts out and can cap equity multiples. Cyclicals can hold up early, long duration growth usually struggles. So remember that. what's good for rate cuts and what means that we will get rate cuts or emergency rate cuts or 50 basis point rate cuts or solidifies a lot of rate cuts does not mean it's good for the markets, just in case anyone has that illusion. What would justify a 50 basis point rate cut or an emergency cut? A routine miss on one report is not enough. A larger, sudden move typically requires a clear, collaborated deliberation in the labour market and signal of and signs of financial stress. Think negative payrolls, a sharp rise in unemployment over months, declining hours worked, weak participation, and credit or funding strains surfacing in parallel. In that environment, a 50 basis point move would be at a scheduled meeting becomes plausible. An inter-meeting emergency cut would require additional trigger, something that impairs market functioning or threatens broader financial systems. Barring that, policymakers prefer to move on a regular schedule. So it would mean something was very out of whack in this data report or over the next data reports. That would mean that they will have to do an emergency rate cut. So now we're 4 minutes away. Let's get into the simple, actionable playbook for today. Just simplify it, get it ready for the data coming out. If you have just tuned in, please do hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe. If you want all of this every time the data comes out, so it's right in front of you when the data's coming out, so you know what's good, what's bad, you get all the other stories, that's the newsletter link, first link in the description as well. Go and check it out. So the simple actionable playbook for today. Best risk on outcome. This will be the best outcome for risk on. What do we mean by risk on? Well, risk on is risky assets. You take on risk when you buy them. That's equities, stocks, growth stocks, small cap stocks, the Russell, the S&P 500, Nasdaq. That also applies to crypto. Crypto is certainly risk on as well. Some people say Bitcoin is digital gold. No, it's still a risk on asset. So what is the best outcome for all of those things that I imagine most people here are invested in? It would be wages below consensus. So we would want to see wages, which is these hourly earnings, below consensus. We would want to see payrolls about around the consensus mark. So expect front end yields lower, dollar softening, and broad equity strength led by quality growth. Precious metals and crypto may follow later. Neutral to mildly positive. Wages in line, 0.3%. Month on month, 3.7% year on year, and payrolls near 75,000. Initial chop, direction set by revisions, unemployment rate and hours worked. A small dip in hours or a small uptick in unemployment tilts towards a cut or late day equity bid. Hawkish risk off, this will be bad. Wages above consensus, 0.4%, and payrolls above 200,000. Rate cuts, odds fall, and short majority yields and dollars rise, growth and long duration assets lag. Growth scare, risk off with later rate cut support, payrolls under 25,000, and unemployed. Yeah, that's with other data as well. So do not anchor on a single number. Wages set the inflation narrative, payrolls set the growth narrative, unemployment and hours confirm the trend. We are so close to the data coming out. Let's get ready with Bloomberg. Let me go over to Bloomberg. Let's get live with Bloomberg. The data is coming out very shortly.
Nobody covers Jobs Day like Bloomberg.
Okay, we're all up to date on jobs data. Well, it's going to come out on Bloomberg very shortly. This is all loading. We're going to get ready. Here we go, straight into it now. Oh, we're waiting for Bloomberg.
Every trading day, only on Bloomberg.
Live from New York City, welcome to the program. Now, we're expected to have a jobs report seconds from now. We'll see if we actually get one. The scores going into it look like this. Equity futures just about positive on the S&P 500, just about unchanged at the moment as we come into Friday at all-time highs. On the Nasdaq 100, higher by 0.5. In the bond market, 2-year, 10-year and 30-year yields look like this. Yields a little bit lower, down 3 on 10s to 4.12.
Market's reacting down.
Jobs number has crossed over to Mike McKee. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning. We do have the data, and it is not good. 22,000 jobs created during the month of August. That is significantly lower than the 75,000 anticipated. Last month, 73,000 revised up to 79,000. Change in private payrolls, 38,000. Last month, it was 83,000. The 2-month net payroll revision is another negative 21,000. We'll have to look and see what the breakdown on that is. But the unemployment rate, which is the thing the Fed is watching, moves to 4.3% from 4.2%. Labor force participation rate ticks up to 62.3%. Manufacturing payrolls down 12,000. We did expect that given what we saw with the ISM numbers. So at this point, there's nothing surprising except the weakness in these numbers. Average hourly earnings up 0.3 as forecast, but only up 3.7% on a year-over-year basis. So the non-farm payrolls, okay, that's, I'm just looking to see some revisions popped up late here. But there's nothing more beyond what I told you. 22,000 jobs created, another 21,000 taken away from the prior 2 months of June and July. I'll get you more details. And it doesn't look like the markets are happy about this.
Yeah, Mike, appreciate it. Thanks for the update. We'll cross back to Michael McKee in just a moment. So it's a downside surprise, 22K, the estimate's 75. The range was pretty wide, 0 to 144 from the low to the high end. The 3-month average now, just 29,000 jobs. Month over month over month. Not good, and you see it reflected in the bond market. The front end of the curve yields lower by another 6 basis points. 2's dropped to 350. That's a new low for 2025. 10's down 4 to 411. 30's down 2 to
I'll give you my thoughts in a second.
With a picture like that in the bond market, push it through foreign exchange. Dollar weaker, euro stronger. Euro dollar 117.35. That currency pair with a 0.7% move so far this morning. And in equity futures, initially a little bit lower off the back of this, and then Bramo pops higher, positive by 0.2%.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the Russell 2000 futures, and those also are up 0.25% in the wake of this. Honestly, this seems to be bad enough to make the Fed cut rates and maybe look at further rate cutting later this year, while not so bad that it would undermine the sort of cyclical tilt that we're seeing to the market. So putting that together, not a very positive number, a really stagnant labor market, but not something that's raising alarm bells that we're heading into a recession that the Fed can't stave off.
And Mike McKee, I want to come back to you, sir. Headline number, of course, downside surprise, 22,000, the estimate's 75. There's a great debate on Wall Street, as you know, about whether this downshift in payrolls growth is a reflection of what's happening with demand, supply, whether this is a cyclical turn or a structural shift. Mike, which one is it, and what does this data tell you this morning?
We don't have a good idea, John, and most analysts at the Federal Reserve are saying it's a little bit of both. It's going to take a while to figure out exactly what's causing this, but certainly there's a lack of demand. That would be paramount. There's also maybe a lack of supply, but we saw in the JOLTS data now that we have more people who are unemployed than there are jobs openings. So it's now
100% we're going to get rate cuts, maybe even more in October. No emergency rate cuts.
Is the fiscal policies of the administration. I'm looking at the revisions, and June was revised down by 27,000 additional to a negative 13,000. So June is now a negative employment print. July revised up by 6,000 from 73,000 to 79,000. But this does suggest there's a lot more weakness in the employment area, in the employment side of the Fed's mandate than anticipated. And I would think that that negative June print would certainly put the Fed on the path to, at this point, be cutting by 25 basis points. I don't know if it's bad enough for 50.
You wonder if someone on their hand puts up their hand on the FOMC and asks for that 50. Mike McKee with the latest. Mike, I'll come back to you later. 22K then, if you're just joining us, the payrolls report did drop on time 4 minutes ago. 22,000, downside surprise. 75 was the estimate. You're looking at a 3-month average now for payrolls of just 29,000. Captured in the bond market with lower yields.
Okay, that's enough from Bloomberg. So, essentially, let's just recap on what's just happened. We said, let me just bring this up over here as well. 1 second. Okay, yeah. So we looked at all of this data. These were the three big bits of data: the hourly earnings and the non-farm payrolls. The average hourly earnings, it came in at consensus. The average hourly earnings year on year came in at consensus. When I said if it comes in on consensus, you look at the next bit of data. That's what's going to move the market. And the only other high impact piece of data that was coming out today that we covered was the non-farm payrolls. We did want to see this slightly lower, maybe 75,000, 50,000, around consensus. What we did actually get was below 25,000, which that actually came into the category over here. Where we covered just before the data came out, which was below consensus, which in theory is a negative, is the clearest risk off. This flags demand softness. Equities often sell off on earnings and credit worries, even if rate cuts become more likely. So what's happened is the markets are actually going up, but rate cuts have become more likely. It's not negative numbers. It's not 0. It's not 5. It was just on that mark of 25,000, slightly below 25,000. So is it going to pump? Is it going to dump? No one really knows when it's at that close to that level. But essentially, it's not great for the markets. But what it is good for is rate cuts. It would mean rate cuts are basically guaranteed now, unless we get a shock PPI and CPI next week, which I don't think anything can really oversway the fact that we're going to get rate cuts here in September. I've always said, this is one thing I've got over this is one thing I've beaten Martyn on, was I think rate cuts will come in September, not last month, not the month before. So I'm happy. I think rate cuts will come in September. And I think this will support that. If you do look at the FedWatch tool now, it is pricing in a 99% chance of a rate cut in September. Now, what's more interesting in October as well, let's look a bit more forward. No need to just look at September. In October, 1 month later, it's looking like we'll have another rate cut as well. So it does look like rate cuts on the board. It's not necessarily a good thing. The data that we got today doesn't actually mean, it's not actually the best thing. It doesn't show that we're going into a soft landing, or it's a very, very cyclical thing we're going through. It's a bit, it's not, the market can't be 100% confident. It is running because it's rate cuts, and that's what risk on assets do like. It's nothing major wrong. We didn't get both bits of data be quite negative. So it is a market where rate cuts are now pretty much guaranteed. The data wasn't horrific, but it was bad enough to say that rate cuts are 100% needed now. So we'll see where the rest of the day will take us. Crypto is liking this since that data was released. XRP was pretty volatile on that. Hasn't moved too much, 0.5%, 0.8%. We'll see where the day ends up once the whole market does digest this. I wouldn't be FOMOing into something like this. The S&P 500 didn't like it to begin with, and then it's up now. So a big swing in the S&P 500 as well. It's there's a lot of indecision candles going on right now, but swaying to the bullish side in the markets. I wouldn't say this is 100% very, very, very bullish. This is taking us to all-time highs. And I'm not going to say this is 100% very bearish. And we'll see how the market goes in time and how PPI and CPI are next week. But essentially, it does mean we'll have rate cuts. That data does support rate cuts, and it doesn't support a major recession either. Let me go to your comments. Please do make sure you are hitting the like button. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you are signed up to the newsletter. Here's the newsletter link. Any big bits of data, we'll be covering it. I'm now going to go into some individual stocks as well. If you do want me to cover something specifically, let me know. Let me just go through, see if I've missed anything. I made it very clear, and I said I called for a rate cut in June. Yes, yeah, Martyn thought it was in June, July, August. I always said September. I love it. It's the one thing I've got over Martyn is when I said the rate cuts were coming. Rate cuts is huge for crypto as liquidity explodes now. Yeah, rate cuts will be good, just not emergency rate cuts or any bad data. Remember, there's always, this is Martyn speaking, remember there's always a way to make money. I'm very happy. It's easy to make money. The hard part is to keep it. I've just hit another all-time high. Congratulations, Martyn. Moved money into crypto. Like I said, this is all Martyn. Like I said, I predicted last night on stream rate cut 100%. More important could be I'm expecting 0.5% cuts and more for the rest of the year. Great for margin investors. Yes, this is something we've also been saying. We do expect about 2 to 3 rate cuts. I think this will push us over to having 3 rate cuts for the rest of the year if we do look at what the data is now. So we're looking at a rate cut in September. We're looking at a rate cut in October. Are we going to get a rate cut in December? Well, the markets say quite possibly, actually. The markets are saying yes. The markets are saying 3 rate cut every single FOMC meeting now. Every single FOMC meeting now. The markets are pricing in rate cut from here to the end of the year. September, October, December, 3 rate cuts. 3 meetings, 3 rate cuts. And if we don't get any more really terrible data where we start looking and saying the economy is in trouble, and that's why we're cutting rates rather than we're cutting rates because that's the time we should start cutting rates and it makes sense to. That's when it can cause a crash. But right now, this all supports pretty much a bull market. It all supports the fact that we will have a potential correction maybe in September, maybe in October, but essentially an altcoin season in October, November, December, and then the real recession risk can start coming in 2026. It all seems to be holding on for now. It all seems to be lining up for a bull market. Remember, it's not financial advice, but I do think this is all good. Stock open. Stocks will open in 50 minutes.
99 pence through a super chat. Stock open.
Stocks open in 50 minutes, Thomas. Not yet. The stocks are not open. I mean, overnight trading and futures are open, but we don't have... thank you for the super chat, but we don't have any opening. Is it valid rate cuts? Yes, we'll get rate cuts. I'm giving you free money. Spam it. Spam what? Sell S&P, buy gold. It's my advice, not financial advice. Sell S&P and buy gold. Yeah, I mean S&P, gold has been a hell of an investment. Remember, this is an investment I did a report on about 3-4 years ago when I first joined the channel, or wasn't even part of the channel then. Gold was about 1,500 or something like that, something crazy like that. What was it? It was, no, it couldn't have been 1,000. Maybe it was, maybe pounds. Let me see what it was in dollars. It was essentially in 2022, 23. Yeah, 1,600, 1,500. It was literally $1,500. That's when we got really bullish on gold. And look at that bull market. I don't think the S&P 500 has even outperformed gold in that time frame. And gold is breaking out again. Next target's $3,684. And I'm quite confident it will go to 4,000 and beyond.
Jerry and Elba donated $5 through a super chat. Can you give me information on Iran?
Iran, let's have a look. Thank you, Jerry and Elba. Iran, I don't have information on it, but I can do a chart request and do my best. But remember, it's not financial advice. This shouldn't make a decision whether you buy or sell. I think we covered this for someone. Who was it? Someone else was really happy yesterday because the analysis was correct and all that sort of stuff. $15 was... Switch now to members only chat for world exclusive. Oh, okay, members only. Let's go into members only mode. Martyn has a members a world exclusive. Let me go into members only mode. Here we go. We are now in members only mode. If you want to become a member and be part of the family, here is the membership link. You can still watch, you just can't comment. So do stay with us. We're going to go through some of these charts. IREN. Yeah, it's hit all-time highs. I mean, it's more... We were looking at this about $5, $15, $17. It's not really looking like something I'd want to get involved in now because it's at all-time highs. Does that mean it can't go to all-time highs and make new highs? Well, it probably will because of the momentum behind it. Maybe $44 is the next target. But for me, buying it at all-time highs is not something I'm willing to do. But it does look like a stock that's going fairly well, and the momentum is with it. Live just received. CEO text just received. Martyn just got a text from a CEO. Breaking news. It's a world exclusive. Mobix hotwire from the CEO. We've got some exclusive news, breaking news, world exclusive coming out in the chat right now from a CEO. Martyn will keep you updated in the chat. Let's go back into Ethereum. Ethereum is now moving up on the day as well. It's up. Nothing special. I mean, this data isn't particularly amazing, in all honesty. It's not the best data ever. It's actually slightly concerning. But it does support the idea of rate cuts, and it's not horrific data. So that's why it's not the biggest pump ever. We are up 3%. We were up earlier in the day as well, so it's just continuing with that. Gold is going to love this. Why is gold going to love this? Well, it's not going to really affect gold's balance sheet because gold doesn't have a balance sheet, but rate cuts will make... gold will make, because interest rates are coming down, it makes gold a bit more sensible to invest in, because you won't get great rates on bonds and all the safe assets. So the next thing, it makes gold a bit more attractive, and gold is loving it, up another 1% today. Silver is also up as well. Silver is up 1.22%. We've got a world exclusive coming in right now. I think we want to cover this. Sensei, make a video out of this. Okay. Let me just put this somewhere. We've got a world exclusive. Stay with us. We've got a world exclusive coming out right now. Let me put this somewhere where I can show it on the screen. World exclusive coming out right now.
Thomas Moore donated £1.99 through a super chat. Can you look at stock open?
Thomas Magnan, you've missed out what you want me to look at. There was nothing there on your super chat on there. I don't know what you mean, but thanks for the super chat. Okay. Let me bring this on the screen. We've got some new information coming out, and we're going to do a video on it. Let me do this over here. Breaking news coming straight from a CEO on a text. So, Martyn, is that all the information that you've just sent? Is that all? What I is this the news? World exclusive from Mobix. Just going to bring you a world exclusive. Stay with us. Okay. Let me just... Is that... Okay, let's do a video on this. Let me get rid of the data, and then we'll come back onto our analysis of the markets. Before... Okay, some of you might not be interested in this, but I think you should all be. Before you do go, please do sign up for the newsletter. For some reason, in the last week or so, no one's even become a free member of the newsletter. I'm not sure what's going on, so do consider becoming a member. Maybe the link's not working, I'm not sure, but let me know if you do. Let me say yes in the chat if you do subscribe to the newsletter, whether it's a paid plan or a free plan. Do click on that link and let me know yes in the chat. I think the stock's name is open. Oh, the stock's name is open. Really? Can you look at stock open? Oh, right. Okay. Right. Okay. Yes. If you do it's a $4.99 super chat, and we can have a look at it. Right now we are doing a video. I just want to make sure this is all the information before I start it. This is a world breaking exclusive from Mobix Labs. So here we go. Okay, here we go. Let's go on this screen here. Let's get ready to make this video. Wild exclusive coming right up now. Literally in 30 seconds. Video recording. Here we go. Okay, let's do it. Breaking news here on Martyn, Lucas, and okay, we're gonna have to end that.
Thomas Moore donated £1.99 through a super chat. Ticker symbol open. It's a stock. Look at it.
We'll have a look. Thank you, Thomas. Just after we do this video. Let me just wait for that to go off the screen, and we'll do this world exclusive now. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I'll wait for that to go off the screen. Any second now. Here we go. Breaking news on Martyn, Lucas Investor. We've just got breaking news, a world exclusive from Phil Sansone, the CEO of Mobix Labs. What is the news? Well, this is breaking as we speak just now. Let's go through the release. This is what's just come out. It was a text to Martyn. Straight as the news broke. Direct line. So what is the news? It is Mobix Labs sweetens offer to acquire Perso with a cash and stock deal delivering value and growth ahead. Evine Khalif, Mobix Labs Incorporated, Nasdaq, ticker symbol MOBX, a provider of advanced connectivity and sensing solutions, today announced that it has enhanced its proposal to acquire Perso Incorporated, ticker symbol PRSO. This is trading on the stock market. If we go over to here, PRSO, this is the company that looks to be acquired, and look at this. What is it up right now? Pre-market, it is up 79% on the news, up 79% on the news, up 80% now. This is the stock that's looking to be acquired. Today announced that it has enhanced its proposal to acquire Perso by adding a cash component to its original all-stock offer. The improvement proposal gives Perso stockholders the best of both worlds: cash, immediate certain value, stock participation and growth upside of the combined company. This is a rare opportunity for Perso stockholders, said Kevin Samani, President and Chief Financial Officer of Mobix Labs. Our enhanced proposal delivers real cash in hand on closing and a chance to share in the long-term growth of stronger, more competitive company. We are building a bigger, stronger business positioned for future success, and we want Perso stockholders to share in that success. We believe in the path creates superior value compared to the uncertain outlook of Perso currently faces. This seems like an amazing offer for Perso. I need to know how to pronounce that. Perso stockholders and the company. A cash offer, a stock offer. Their stock is up on this news. Looks like a deal they can't refuse. Again, nothing I say is financial advice. This is my thoughts and opinions only, so please do not buy or sell based on anything I say. I am just reporting on the news. So Mobix Labs has repeatedly sought to engage with Perso's board of directors to discuss its initial proposal to acquire the company. Despite these efforts, Perso's board has declined to meet, even for non-confidential discussions. With this enhanced cash and stock offer, Mobix Labs has requested a prompt meeting and has asked the Perso board to provide a response by 5 p.m. Pacific time on Monday, September the 8th. If the Perso board continues to refuse to engage, we are prepared to take this offer directly to Perso's stockholders, Samani said. Our strong preference, however, is a cooperative negotiation transaction that creates significant long-term value for both companies' stockholders. Wow, look at this. This is very interesting stuff. I love it. A perfect offer. Stockholders seem to be loving it. The stock is up, but they're refusing to meet with Mobix Labs. Well, there's a deadline now, up until Monday, September the 8th. The board has the chance to respond. Otherwise, Mobix Labs is going to go to the people that matter the most, the stockholders. And we know Mobix Labs personally; they care about the stockholders and their shareholders. So their preference is certainly to be cooperative and negotiate a transaction with the board, but if they don't want to talk to them with this amazing offer, then it looks like they will go straight to stockholders. So this is breaking news, just come out. Mobix Labs has just sent this in. Thank you, Mobix Labs. The clock is ticking. Perso's board of directors, what are you doing? If you're a stockholder, maybe you want to get some questions answered and see what your board of directors is doing. But you can see the stock is up on this news. that is the breaking news. Do click up here for a couple videos. This will also be on X. But until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye. Okay, so let me just... That will go on X straight after we end this. This is very, very interesting news story just developing straight from the CEO. Okay, so shame Mobix isn't up 80%. What's Mobix doing today? Let's have a look. Mobix on this news. Mobix is up 6% today in the pre-market as well. The Gemini app is not loading. I even connected to customer service 2 days ago. They have not contacted back, but I'm willing but not work. Second notice number. Others are having troubles too. Thank you, Susan. Unfortunately, we have no control over who has troubles and what we can do about that. But thanks for keeping us updated. World exclusive, I have the CEO live on the show. Members only event. Become a member now. Yes, do become a member and we will have the CEO live on the show. Here is the membership link. The power of the channel and the Lucasades, the verification tick really means something. Good to share though. This news was over 2 hours ago. Thank you, Google Eyes. Yes. I don't know when the news was. I just got given the news right now. It's breaking for me. Happy Friday, everyone. Okay, cool. Let's just go back into the stock market and we will end the show shortly. There will be no opening bell because Martyn is taking Leah to the hospital where all our thoughts and prayers are there. Then we have Vaz coming back later with back-to-back shows. Keep an eye on the channel. Make sure you are subscribed. Do me a favor, actually. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto Martyn's channel. I'm going to ask everyone to bookmark the show because we want to all support Vaz with these shows. And he's got a lot coming out. Look at this. We've got all of these shows coming from Vaz. All of these new stocks that he's going to... Oh, I'm not even showing you. All of these new stocks that... he's going to be covering and giving you all the information on, starting from 4:30 UK time. What's that? It's about 2.5 hours from now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask everyone, please go and click on this link, and all you have to do is press notify me, just so you can go say hi Vaz, see what all the content's about. So click on this link, just so you are reminded when Vaz goes live. Click on that and just click notify me. That way you'll know when Vaz goes live. He's live in 2 hours time. And what I'm going to do is make sure this gets redirected to there after this show ends. Let me just redirect from here to there. This one is called the RDW stock. Okay. Let's just have a final look at our stocks. Did anyone say yes? Did anyone sign up to newsletter? Did it work for anyone? Just let me know. If anyone hasn't signed up to newsletter yet, whether you want to sign up for the 1 week free trial, the monthly plan, or the free plan, can you just try and do it and let me know if it works? Obviously, if you've already done it, it won't work. But anyone who hasn't clicked on the newsletter or signed up for the newsletter before, if you're just first time watching this channel, can you just do me a favor and tell me if it works? Just say yes if you've managed to sign up. The annual plan obviously gives you the 7-day free trial, and it works out 30 cents a day, and you get all that information every day. You can do the monthly or even the free one. Just let me know if it's working. Okay, let's go back to the stock market. Mobix, was up 4.7% pre-market. We'll have the CEO live on the show. You have to become a member to view that because it's always members only first. Ethereum is up 3.5%. Yes, we got the data today. It wasn't the best data, wasn't the worst data. It definitely supports rate cuts, but not brilliant for the economy, but it's not terrible enough to bring the market down. The markets are reacting positively to that. No major reaction yet, but they're certainly reacting positively for now. XRP is loving it, actually. XRP, since that data came out, is up 0.74%. So not even 1% yet, but it's still a fair move up. The markets were up before that data came out, and they're just continuing that trend. Filecoin is actually moving quite aggressively right now, up nearly 5%. Let's go to the stock market. Our biggest gainers pre-market is Mobix. Mobix Lab is the biggest pre-market gainer on my watch list. We've got Tesla up 2.5% pre-market. MSTR up 3% on news of potentially joining the S&P 500 today. We've got Coinbase up 2.2% pre-market as well. What's down on the market pre-market? Nvidia down 1.7% pre-market. How is Nvidia doing? Let's just zoom out for a second. Yeah, Nvidia it's not doing brilliantly. It's definitely lost its big uptrend it had medium term. It could even come down as low as $150 Nvidia, so be prepared for that as well. If it stays below $172, that's where I'll target. If it gets back above $172, we can look towards $200. But if it stays below $171, which it is currently, that downtrend can bring us to $150, which would affect the whole market if that happened. Yeah, nothing else major going on. Let's look at our indicators and our gold and silver. Silver up 1.6%. Look at that. Another great day for silver. Gold up nearly 1%. Another great day for gold. Big targets on both of them. Oil down slightly. And the S&P 500 up 0.4%. Is that all-time highs right now? I think it might be. Yeah, it looks like all-time highs for the S&P 500 today as well. Okay, so there is the link to become a member so you can join in. Sensei gift video, 8 seconds on general chit chat. What a journey. Let's have a look. What's going on in Discord? On the what? On general chit chat. What's Zach's 8 done here? I don't even know if I want to put this on. Where is it? General chit chat. I don't know if we can play the music, Zach say. We can't play the music, but what is it? Let's have a look. I'm going to have to mute the music. How do I have a mute? Here we go. I love it, Zach. I love it. We can play a little bit of the music. We can play like 2 seconds of it. Here we go. Hassan. Oh, I'm not even showing you on the screen. What am I doing? What am I doing? Sorry, what am I doing? Here we go. I can't play the music again, but there we go. This is what we're looking at. Thanks, Zach, for that. You can go check it in Discord. It does have a little bit of music with it. There we go. Thank you, Zach, for that. Let me go back to the comments. Don't forget to open. Oh yeah, open. Thank you very much. Thanks for reminding me. Open. I'm assuming you're talking about Open Door Technologies. Open Door Technologies, very, very strange looking chart. Very strange. Very strange. Yeah, it has double bottomed. It has broken its previous highs. It has gone up pretty fast, pretty quick. So I'd imagine the RSI is very overbought. Yeah, it is very overbought, but that doesn't mean it can't keep going. I don't know enough about the fundamentals of the chart. It looks like something I would be cautious about because of how quickly it came down and how far down it is from its highs. But there is good news that you have double bottom, you have taken out previous highs. So as long as you're going to hold these highs around $5, and as long as you stay above $5, then this could be the beginning of your recovery to potentially towards all-time highs. So it's not looking terrible. The market cap's pretty high. There does seem to be a nice double bottom, and you have broken previous highs. So this is certainly a recovery in progress at this time. The next major target would possibly be $10. So $10 would be your next resistance on this. On Gemini Card read agreement, note it's not 4% on all spend. All qualifying purchases under 4%. Back category earn 4% on up to $300 in spend a month. Back category earn 4% back on up to $300 in spend per month, then 1% after that. Thank you, Jenny B. Yes, we always recommend everyone looks at the details. But essentially, it's just you get a card, you get some free money, don't you? And then you go back to your favorite card. Avg 40, but again, that's not credit advice. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Broadcom Avg is apparently just a meme stock. Yes. Okay. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Get ready for Vaz to go live later. Set your notifications on. No one told me if they managed to subscribe to the newsletter. Just someone. Can anyone subscribe to the newsletter? I just want to see someone say yes so I make sure it's working fine. There's the link. Anyway. Plenty of information in the newsletter there every single day. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'll be on Discord, I'll be on Substack if you want to ask any questions. Vaz will be going live later. No show from Martyn. He's going and our thoughts and prayers are with Martyn and Leah, making sure everything's okay after that hospital visit. But thank you everyone for tuning in. I'll be live on the Sunday show, live again in the morning forecast, but you've got Vaz coming on later today and the music show later today. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Make sure you have subscribed and hit the like button before the show ends. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. This show will take you directly to Vaz's next show. Go there, hit the like, leave a comment, press the notification bell, and then join him later today. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye. Oops, I'm back. Martyn's just sent me something. What's this? I've just seen this. Martyn's just sent me something. It's just the next post from Martyn. This is the post-credit scene. Fantastic news today for investors. Not great for the jobs market or economy. These are not the same thing. Rate cuts guaranteed. Crypto fall now. See my real portfolio before. This is from Martyn. From his post. Let me give you the link to this. Go and share and repost this. Why is the link not coming over? I've lost it. There it is. Let me just get the link for this so I can give it to you and then we'll read the post again. This is the post from Martyn. Go and hit the like and repost it. This is the power of long-term investing and staying in the market. It's a fantastic news today for investors. Not great for the jobs market or economy. These are not the same things. Rate cuts guaranteed. Crypto fueled now. Crypto fueled now. See my real portfolio below. This is Martyn's real portfolio. Here is the screenshots. Yep, his crypto is now up. And his stock market's up. So that's 78,000, 240,000. That is a big portfolio there. Thank you, Martyn, for updating us, even though you're not doing a live show. Make sure you guys go hit the like as well on the post. That was a little post-credit scene. I already have it, says William. Okay, no worries, William. I think most people already have it then. I don't believe that since he did. No, Mark Lane, I don't. Stop saying that. The power of long-term investing. Yes, exactly. Is there anything else I want to say? No. No, that's about it. Thank you, everyone. Tune in for Vaz later. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye. Oh, I did forget something else. I'm back. I'm sorry. I forgot something else. How many times am I going to end the show? If you go, one thing is the $1,000 XRP giveaway. That's coming to an end. There's only 10 days left now, so go and check that out. Very easy ways to enter, free for all, free to enter. The other thing is I did forget to release the charity mugs on the charity event. The first two came out fine, but the 3, 5 and 4, because it was so busy, I didn't actually allow anyone to buy them. So go and check out the shop. All the money will go straight to charity. There is still a few available. There is the mugs. All the 100k winners, I will now be contacting you to send you over your merch. There's just one person who hasn't replied to me yet, and I'm hoping that person replies so that we can do it more efficiently with everyone. But there we go. And everyone who's got the 10 out of 10, keep an eye on the event, because the event might change day on that QR code. But now I'm going. Why wouldn't you stay? Because I can't. Because my wife's waiting for me to have lunch. I don't normally stay on live this long. This is not my time. I normally go live. Sensei popping in and out is so funny. Thank you, Angie. I'll subscribe to a newsletter from another account. Oh, Eddie. Okay, it works. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you so much. Was it? Yeah, thank you, Eddie. Why wouldn't you stay through to the market open? Because I can't. I wish I could. Vaz will be live for the rest of the day. Okay, I'm off now. Thank you, everyone. I'm off now. Did I give you the link to the shop? Yes, I did. Okay, bye-bye.